You ever feel like the place you grew up, the people, the culture, even your own family is low-key rooting against your growth? Like no matter how big your dream, someone's always there to shrink you down. But get this, sometimes your home isn't just where you live. It's the invisible mindset choking your potential. And the only way to truly succeed, you've got to leave it. Mentally and sometimes physically. Even if it means walking away from everything that once felt safe. They say, nadie es profeta en su tierra. No one is a prophet in their own land. But what they don't tell you is that sometimes that land is not just a place. Sometimes it's a cage. A mental prison built by the very people who claim to love you. I've lived it, man. From the laid-back streets of Costa Rica to Mississauga to now Ottawa, people thought that what I was doing was weird. They still do. I mean, this YouTube shit, they look at me and they judge me because I'm doing a YouTube channel. And by the way, guys, make sure you like and subscribe because people think you're weird when you're making videos and only 10 people watch, right? Just a lot of judgment, a lot of closed-mindedness. You ever felt that? That suffocating feeling when you try to step outside of the lines and suddenly everyone around you just becomes a critic and everyone's an expert on your failure? But trust me on this, because I've been there. I'm going through it. Like, I know that feeling like you wouldn't believe. But what if that judgment, that negativity is actually the fuel you need to break free? See, today, I'm going to show you why sometimes the greatest act of self-love, the greatest leap towards real power is to pack your bags and leave your tierra behind. And how by doing it, I built a better life. A life that I never thought possible with access to people and resources I never thought I would have, right? Picture this. Growing up, whether it was back in Costa Rica or later finding myself here in Ottawa, it's a comfortable city, it's a nice place, but when you start talking about big dreams, about scaling, about breaking free from the matrix, the traditional path, that's when people start whispering. And that's when people start talking shit. That's when people start looking at you funny. Look at this guy posting videos on YouTube. Who the fuck 30 people watch this shit? Maybe his own friends, you know what I mean? Like no one's liking these videos, right? Why are you risking it? Why are you putting these videos? You know, just get a job or you already have a job. You already have a business. Why are you doing this, bro? I get this shit all the time. Why are you making videos? You already have a business. You have this. It's a reason for it. You know, I always get like, who do you think you are? Just some millionaire? Like, look, man, it's not just family, because I know they meant well. It's the whole vibe. It's like unspoken rule that you need to stay in your lane, that you shouldn't be aiming too high because, oh my God, what are people going to say, right? Oh my God, you know, ¿qué dirán la gente? It's a heavy chain, you know? So in Ottawa, it feels a little different, to be honest with you, than a big city like Toronto. You know, in a big city, everybody is doing their own thing, man. Nobody gives a fuck about what you're doing. You know, nobody's gonna call you weird. But in a smaller city like Ottawa, it's like everyone's got their eyes on you. Everyone's judging every move. Every failure is magnified. Every ambition is seen as arrogance. It's a tough crowd when you try to grow roots and they're trimming your branches. This tierra wasn't just my hometown. It was the scarcity mindset that choked out ambition. Like it's the fear of debt, the idea that money is always tight, that chasing big dreams is impractical. It was the pressure to conform, to value stability over entrepreneurship. It was the subtle racism, the feeling of being underestimated in a professional settings. The assumption that someone from my own background and where I come from couldn't reach these high levels, you know, it fed my imposter syndrome like you wouldn't believe. But I wasn't just going to accept that. I knew there was more. The question was, how do you break free from that invisible cage? Like, how do you break free, right? And then came the moment, the pivotal point. Like, it's not a slow drift. It's not a gentle nudge. It's just a realization that you can't tiptoe your way around this shit. You have to go all in. See, for me, it's not just about changing my physical address. It's about changing my mental address. It's about severing the ties to a mindset that was holding me back. It was about saying, I choose growth over comfort. I choose potential over people's judgment. I'm making this video on a Saturday night, you know? This is commitment. Like, there's a lot of pressure. I mean, there's a lot of self-doubt. What if nobody watches? I mean, shit's immense. You're walking away from everything familiar, everything safe. But here's the thing. I know deep inside, if I stay doing what I was doing, that I'm gonna suffocate. I'm gonna become exactly what people expect me to be. Content, small, unfulfilled. And that, my friend, that shit's worse than this video never getting more than 100 views, you know? But if it pays off, The payoff is a life that you never think possible, man. So I'm going through this with you. Like, if you want to go through your dreams, if you're chasing anything, stop worrying about what people think, man. Leave that tierra, that specific mindset, that limiting environment. When you leave that, it's gonna open doors that you didn't even know existed. It's crazy. Like, I've taken chances in my life, and I've gained access to people and resources that I would never expected to have. I've had mentors who actually believed in big dreams, not just stable jobs. Networks of entrepreneurs who saw ambition as a strength, not a flaw. I started meeting people who didn't just talk about generational wealth, they were building it. I learned that true power isn't about bravado. It's about financial literacy, emotional intelligence, and lifting others up. It's about being able to take care of your family, not just financially, but by setting a new example, by breaking those generational cycles. I realized that the street smarts I picked up were just as valuable, if not more, than any other college degree, but only if I combine them with strategic insights. The irony, now some of the same people who judge me are reaching out, asking questions, seeking advice, because they see the results, they see the peace of mind, they see how I live, and that, my friends, is a different kind of respect. The kind you earn when you bet on yourself like you wouldn't believe. So, what is your tierra? Is there a little place, a toxic relationship, a dead-end job that you're afraid to live, a scarcity mindset you inherited, that fear of what people would say? Here's the truth. Until you acknowledge that tierra or land holding you back, you never reach your full potential. Growth demands new ground. It demands new challenges. It demands new perspectives. You can get those if you're stuck in the same familiar cage. Think about it like this. A tree needs new soil to grow strong. If its roots are tangled in old exhausted ground, it will wither. You are that tree. Your ambition, your potential needs new nutrients. And sometimes those nutrients are found outside of your comfort zone, outside the reach of those who dim your light. And here's the game changer. When you leave your land, your tierra, you're not abandoning your roots. You're making them stronger. You're learning to adapt, to thrive, to build something new that you can eventually bring back, or simply stand as an example for you're proving someone that from our background can make it big. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep tiptoeing around your potential, hoping no one notices you're trying to be different? Or are you going to go all in? Are you going to embrace the fear, pack your bags, literally or metaphorically, and step into the uncomfortable unknown where true growth happens? See, nobody's a prophet in their own land. And that's okay, because sometimes to find your true power, your true purpose, you need to become a prophet somewhere else. And trust me, man, the view from the other side, it's something else. If this resonates with you, if you're ready to break free from your tierra, from your land, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments, what is your land holding you back? Like the tierra, you know, nadie es profeta en su tierra. No one is a prophet in their land. What is the land that's holding you back? And what is the first step you're going to do to leave it behind? This is Chris. This is Bad Hombres TV. I'll see you next time. Peace the fuck out.